Hey there, friends and foes. This is Johnny with Back of the Cereal Box, a pop culture podcast that celebrates the fun of the Saturday experience of our youth. But we can't think of a better way to start your week than checking out Chris and Amanda's Song Swap Showdown. It is the best way to start your week. We absolutely love it and never miss it. Thanks, Chris and Amanda, for all you do. And until the next time, love you, mean it. We'll catch you on the Back of the Cereal Box. I'm Johnny. I'm done. Ta-da!
Chris and Amanda always online. Grab your headphones, let's review time. Music's the love and it's divine. Laughs and insights mixed like wine. Every strong and every beat. They analyze, they can't be beat. Tuning in on the socials meet. Join the fun and take your seat. If music's your thing, come along. Hear Amanda sing her song. Chris brings the notes all day long. Together they make us strong.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Song Swap Showdown. We are so happy that you could join us here today for another excellent show. At least in our eyes, another excellent show. I mean, despite what you read on YouTube, it's another excellent show.
That's right. That's right. We really like it.
We really like doing this show, and we're so happy to be here with you again on another Monday morning when we do the show, of course, right here on Radio Garden State, on Facebook and YouTube. And of course, if you're listening to this in the future, you could listen to us anywhere you get podcasts. Make sure you hit that follow button if you're listening on a podcast, or if we're watching us live right now, or once again in the future, hit that subscribe button right now over on YouTube. Hit the like button, hit the share button, because that helps make the show grow, even if you love us or hate us. It still makes the show grow.
That's right.
Yeah, we appreciate you hanging out with us today. So, guys, if this is your first time checking out Song Swap Showdown, well, how the show normally works is Amanda and I, that girl, Amanda and I, each swap 3 songs with each other that we may or may not have heard before, and then we rate those songs on a scale of 1 to 5 records, with 1 being a skip.
Boo.
Boo, boo that song.
Boo that song.
All the way up, though, to 5 records, which is, of course, heavenly music to our ears. That's right. Going on the Eternity playlist. That's a no-skip song. That's a song we just hit repeat and over and over, because every time we hear it, it's like the first time all over again.
It is. And let's just mention last week's episode. We did a soul episode, and boy, did we have a playlist for you guys. And spoiler alert, if you didn't listen to it yet, go listen to the replay. Chris got 3 5 records. So
Perfect
talking
score.
about Eternity playlists, I handed out 3 5 records last week.
That's right. That is a perfect score. I don't know if it might be the first time in Song Swap Showdown history. In 5 years, have we ever delivered a trifecta?
You know what? Incidentally, I think the closest thing to, if not duplicating that, was our Motown episode.
Oh, yeah. The Motown episode was great.
Because we were both out like categories. Because what's not to like? So it makes sense that our soul episode closely duplicated our pleasure of listening to those songs.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really fun episode last week. And I've been listening to that little run of songs, plus all the other songs that didn't actually make it onto our playlist, that I've been listening to those songs, because now it's like, because I listened to so many songs that week that like now too, like Spotify's been feeding me stuff and putting playlists together, and I'm like, oh, this is fantastic. This is phenomenal. So
I know we are not sponsored by Spotify, but boy, do they really curate a lovely playlist for you based on your listening themes and algorithms. So they do a really good job.
Yeah, they may not pay the artists, but they do a good job on the user side. So pay your artists, will you?
That's right.
But yeah, we are so happy to be here. And guys, we have a brand new show theme for you, all ready to go. One, I don't think in the entire history of Song Swap Showdown we have done this theme, and I think we've talked about songs, but I don't think we've ever done a full theme. So Amanda, we did spin the wheel. During the weekend, I think it was over the weekend. I don't know. It's on social media. Go over there. That's where you got to follow us over at Song Swap Showdown on all the socials. But we did spin the wheel, and the wheel landed on a theme. Amanda, what is this week's theme?
Yeah, just super easy and simple. Songs about cars. I mean,
like, why did it take so long to do songs about cars?
And when you go down the rabbit hole of how many songs have been written about cars, there are so many, and I mean, so to choose 3 this week was a little hard. My list probably shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody when you listen to it, but man, there's a lot of songs about cars. Heartbreak in cars, smooching in cars,
dogs in cars,
living the life in cars, just driving to clear your head.
Yeah, living out of your car. Like, it's just so much car stuff, and especially when you talk about like country in particular, it seems like every other song's about my truck and my car. I mean, I mean, when you think about like how like we always say, like so many songs are written about women, girls. Like I think equally amount are songs written about a vehicle and then girls in those vehicles, or like, you know, it's just it's amazing how much of a muse the car, automobile, vehicle is in songwriting. Like, it's endless. Like, this was very hard to put together. Yeah, you're not wrong, Dave Mattingly, checking in, the VP of the VIPs. You could do an entire season of car songs. You are not wrong. Like rock songs about cars, country songs about cars, love songs about cars. Absolutely. This was so hard, and to only pick 3 songs and whittle it down when there's like so many, there's like every song was like, oh my God, this will be a good song to talk about. This will be a good song to talk about. And so it just got to a point where like, Chris, just pick 3 songs because at this point, either somebody's going to not like it. They're going to be like, oh my God, that's not the songs I would have. It just doesn't, you know what? Here's my 3 songs. I like them all. You gave me some really good songs, which incidentally enough, I almost gave you one of those songs too. So I'm glad I didn't, because then we would have had 2 and it would have been weird and awkward.
But it's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
In the past, how we've handled that, if you're new here, we will have if we both put the same song on a list to each other, because sometimes we're swapping like at the exact same time, we typically will take that one off, add a third, and then give that one like credit, like a good mention, honorable mention song for that episode. Right. We've done that with some Halloween songs. Like there's just songs that we just like, the Never Ending Story.
Oh my God, the Never Ending Story was fantastic.
We had to put that as honorary mention because it couldn't be neglected.
No, could not be neglected. Had to do that. So yeah, we are excited to get involved in today's episode of Song Swap Showdown. Like I said, we got a great playlist already for you to go. If you are listening, great, keep it tuned here. If you're watching live, feel free to play along. I mean, you can play along if you're listening too, but you know, if you're watching, you can actually comment in and stuff like that. So feel free to play the game of Song Swap Showdown wherever you are. And as we talk about the songs, how would you have rated these on a scale of 1 to 5 records? And also, if there are some other songs, I already see Dave Mattingly and Mr. Ian from Australia already put in some other their picks that would have made their playlist or on their playlist. So if you've got other tunes that you would like to have on your playlist or share with us, please do that in the comments below. And by the way, I do want to say that we had a comment of the week that I do want to highlight. I'm gonna bring this one up because, you know, I find this could be a brand new special on Song Swap Showdown. Because listen, guys, we're on YouTube, and of course our people on YouTube are extremely opinionated about what Amanda and I do. And there's a lot around, you know, we don't really listen to the songs. How could we listen to the music and rate it and review it? And once again, for a full disclaimer, Amanda and I listen to the songs plenty of times before we come on the air, before we stream live. We can only play a little bit of the song when we're doing the shows live because otherwise YouTube dumps our feed. And most of the times our videos are blocked and I got to go through about 3 or 4 days of appeals before I can even get it on without having to edit. Sometimes I got to remove the songs. It's a big thing. But the people on YouTube, they don't care, Amanda. They don't care. So here, I like this comment. This is from Christopolf Milivandes 4154. He goes, "You both talk so much and no listen music. I was so bored that I changes the video. I won't see any of you in the future. Sorry." Now, and that was Amanda. This was on our video comments. Amanda's reviews Black Sabbath by Typo Negative. What do you think of that one?
Well, it's just one of many, right? That
it is one of many. I do like this one too. There's I love how people tell us how to do the videos. they tell us, this guy actually gave us directions on how to do a proper video, and told us the name of a channel to go check out because we're so bad. Because we're so bad at what we do. This
is really like the kicker, though.
And being called hustlers, like here we go. We were called. By the way, people don't. By the way, don't be that you never heard people. Stop screening to these hustlers.
We don't even make money off of this, so how can we be hustling?
Yeah.
Every day we're hustling.
Every day we're hustling. I mean, okay. Absolutely. Okay. So anyway, I find it hilarious and it's great.
When my biggest, it does get under my skin a little bit, is when we talk too much, but this is literally a podcast. The exact definition of podcast, essentially, you're talking about something. Like you're literally talking. So I don't know what they want.
Well, I mean, they just want us to play the music and shut up is what I keep reading consistently is just play the songs. No one wants to hear you. Just intro the songs and then talk afterwards. But once again, because we're getting clips and it's out of context of the show, which I understand. But you know what?
Let's talk about that. I've never, ever left a mean comment anywhere.
Yeah, but you're a nice person.
But I maybe have defended somebody.
Sure.
And clapped back a little bit, but I've never went on somebody's video. If I just don't like it, just close it.
Yeah, but you know what? Some people are very compelled to let you know, and this is our audience. They want to let you know how they feel. So all I can say is thank you for leaving comments.
Yeah.
Because every time you leave comments on our YouTube videos, the videos perform better. So thank you, good or bad. But I did want to highlight that comment because I think it's funny. So I laugh it off.
And with this being our season 5, we really are numb to those. I think we're surprised more than anything when someone leaves the exact same comment someone's left a million other times.
Yeah, I mean, all I can say is bring it, everybody. You know what? We have fun doing this show, and you don't have to watch. And that's fine. Good. I'm glad. Glad you won't ever watch this again. Thank you very much. Tell all your friends.
But you know what? You know how the algorithm works. We're probably going to get shoved in his face because he commented.
Oh, absolutely. We're gonna be recommended now to him. We're never going away. Even if he unsubscribes, we're still going to get recommended to him. So, yes, joke's on you.
All right.
Love it. So, listen, we got a lot of music to get to today. So, let's dive in to our list. Now, Amanda, I'm going to start with you. Being on we're on Radio Garden State.
Exactly. That's what, this was, I'm from Michigan. That's right. I'm from Michigan. But this song specifically goes I'm going to tip my hat from Michigan to you New Jerseyans.
I love it. Listen, I love it. You start kicking off the show with some Bruce here on Radio Garden State. Is a great way to start the day. And by the way, we do have here on the station some Bruce Wednesdays with the Boss here on Radio Garden State. So if you like Bruce Springsteen, definitely tune in to Radio Garden State on Wednesdays. All right. So your song to me, I think it should be no surprise to anybody when it comes to Bruce. Now, Bruce has written a lot of songs about cars and roads and but this one is the one that I think a lot of people know. And so this is Pink Cadillac. I'm thinking about the other Pink Cadillac.
Yeah.
And this was released in 1980. And this was something too that I actually, or 1984, sorry. This was actually, and I did not actually even ever realize this, that this was just released as a B-side to Dancing in the Dark.
I wouldn't have known that, but I was surprised by that.
Yeah, I never actually paid any attention to the fact that that was a B-side song, because it used to get played on the radio here all the time, and you would think that it was an album cut. And it's true, when you look at Born to Run, Born in the USA, it's not on there. So this was released as a B-side, and then it was released in 1988 as an album when it appeared on Tracks, a collection of Bruce Springsteen outtakes. So this was a song that I feel like, now this is, and I don't see it in the song facts here. But I mean, once again, no, but real quick, the song is about a pink Cadillac. He lets his girl know why he loves her, and even though she gets on his nerves, it's not her money, it's her candy-colored Cadillac with the plush velvet seats. He even gets biblical in a second verse, explaining that it wasn't an apple Eve used to tempt Adam, but a pink Cadillac. So I feel very like this is a very Elvis-y type song. Do you feel that way? Like I feel like you could have heard Elvis, like probably later Elvis, right? Like 70s Elvis, you think, doing this?
Not the and
comeback special Elvis.
Yes, and he would have put his own little hint of Elvis on it. Yeah. But even my second song, Guitars Cadillac.
Yeah.
When you put these next to each other and listen to it, they both have Guitars Cadillac, very country. Yeah. But you pull this Pink Cadillac up, there's some serious country undertones, which to your point makes sense for the Elvis. And a lot of people could have sang this, maybe not as well as Bruce himself.
Yeah, but it's got a great, it just has a great feel to it, Yeah. And he was saying that he put this together after most of the crew had left the recording session. So he said he started strumming the riff on an acoustic guitar, put down the basic track, and then recorded it with the band in the morning. And also, of note, Bruce Springsteen fans, Clarence Clemens played on this track and also Aretha Franklin's song, Freeway of Love, her hit, which is also her singing about riding in a pink Cadillac. And Natalie Cole, actually, and I completely forgot, Natalie Cole did a version of this song, too, in 88. And it went to number 5 in the U.S.
Yeah,
I didn't even remember that.
And I think neither did I, but what's interesting is, I guess if it wasn't a very popular original track, like it wasn't even, potentially something such a big hit at the time, to redo something so quickly, I feel like that's very impressive.
Yeah, I mean, once again, I'm always blown away by coming up with a riff and then boom, and full band. I mean, just because to show how awesome musicians all these guys are. So, all right, so let's do this. Let's play a little bit of Pink Cadillac so that way YouTube could shut us down. And people can complain that we don't listen to the full song and that we're terrible and we talk too much. So here's a little bit of Pink Cadillac.
We talk because we're supposed to. Woo!
It's a cool riff, man. It's like
well, now you may think I'm foolish for the foolish things I do.
Look at that cover.
You may wonder how come I love you when you get on my nerves like you do. Well, baby, you know you love me. There ain't no secret about that. But come on over here and hug me. Baby, I'll spill a fact. Well, honey, it ain't your money. 'Cause baby, I got plenty of that. I love you for your pink Cadillac, crushed leather seats, riding in the back, losing down the street, waving to the girls, feeling out of sight, spending all my money on a Saturday night. Honey, I just wonder what you do there in the back of your pink Cadillac, pink Cadillac.
I want to get to that Clarence Clemens part.
Summer serving, I'm feeling hot in the back of your pink
It's coming up.
Cadillac, pink Cadillac.
Yeah.
Now some folks
Yes.
say
Clarence, the big man. Love it. No one plays the sax like Clarence Clemens, man. He's great. That was a little bit of Pink Cadillac. So everybody on YouTube can now get angry at us that we didn't play the full song and that we talk way too much. So that's for all of you people on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you. Dave coming in with yes. He was saying riff reminds him a lot of the Peter Gunn theme. I was just thinking the same thing, which is one of the first riffs I learned how to play on guitar was that Peter Gunn thing. Gunn theme. It's great. It's like that walking guitar riff. Very, very cool. And he goes, I can see why this was just a B-side. It's just too simple to be a hit. Yeah, I mean, it could have been a big album. I think it could have been a deep cut on the record, which would have been cool. But first of all, B-sides are great. I feel like it's a lost art of the B-side, right? Like, I mean, I remember being like huge into collecting B-sides. Like with Oasis was fantastic with their B-sides. Like a lot of their B-sides were like just as good as anything was on the record. Like they weren't really throwaway songs. They just didn't. There was just too much music, right? They couldn't put it all on the record. And that was one of the most fun parts when Oasis was at their prime, was collecting the B-sides because they were great. And so I love, there's nothing like a good B-side on a single. And so this is a perfect B-side, especially when you think of like Dancing in the Dark and like how different that is. It's like poppy, you know. And then you put this on and it's like dun, 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 right? Like all like tough guy like riff and stuff. It's very cool.
It's very, very good. I like it. And I know like sometimes you can get Bruced out because he's so local and you grew up just having it shoved in your face. So I know while you appreciate him as an artist, he certainly is not one of your most favorite.
He is not one of my most favorite, but I will tell you, in my old age. No, but I will always say that. I mean, I have grown to appreciate Bruce much, much more. Not just because he's from New Jersey, but just as a songwriter in general. Yeah. And I will say those the first like 4 Bruce Springsteen records, like everything up to Born to Run, are like awesome. I mean, especially I feel like the first 3 Bruce Springsteen records are just so great, and I really like them a lot, and I do listen to them. Some of the later Bruce stuff, it's like, you know, I don't think it's bad. I just feel like it's just, you know, it's okay, but I really like the earlier Bruce stuff. That's the stuff I kind of connect with more, and I love the, you know, still has a big connection to the Jersey sound and the big stuff, all that like R&B and soul stuff. So I do dig that, but I will say, yeah, I've definitely gotten I've softened on Bruce over the years for sure.
I love that, and I actually do like some of his later years. I feel like that's just more my style, than his original. So tell me, Chris Baglio, where are you gonna rate Pink Cadillac by
so where do
Mr.
I rate
Bruce himself?
Where am I rating Pink Cadillac? I think it's a very cool song. Not my favorite Bruce song, but I love the attitude on this song. And I could totally have seen Elvis doing it. I could have also seen the Misfits doing this too, by the way. The Misfits have got some stuff.
Stupid Misfits. Sorry.
What? How dare you say stupid Misfits on these airwaves? What's wrong with you?
People are going to hate you.
Today is Misfits Monday. Do you know that right after our show, the Misfits kick in for an hour, by the way?
You remind me of that every single week.
And I will always remind it of you.
I start to witch it a whole lot.
I actually find it so hilarious that the Misfits blocks comes right after this show, considering how much you can't stand the Misfits. And it's the ultimate troll move, Amanda.
For those who are new to this podcast, Amanda believes Misfits should only play songs and be listened to in the month of October. I said what I said, and I stand firmly on it.
I know there's a lot of people who agree with that. Yeah. And Dave, yes, great point, Dave. I could also see the Cramps doing Pink Cadillac. Oh, for sure.
100%.
So where do I rate this? I think the song is a cool 4 records. Honestly, it's a cool 4 records. Okay. It comes on. I will never turn this song off, ever. It's not a skip at all. It deserves to be on playlist. I think it should be on every playlist about cars. It's got everything. To me, it checks all the boxes. It's a song about car. It sounds cool. Clarence Clemens sounds badass when he rips that sax solo. Everything about it is very cool. It's not necessarily a 5 record for me, but it is squarely a 4. It deserves to be on everybody or any top songs about cars. That's my call. I'm making it. 4 records for Bruce Springsteen, Pink Cadillac. 4 records.
I received that. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So, right. And Dave is saying 4.5 for Pink Cadillac. Way to go, boss. He's saying that he is not necessarily, it's a confession, I'm not a Bruce Springsteen fan, which means it's against the law for me to go to New Jersey. You are true that they will ask you and they will not let you in. But Pink Cadillac is my second favorite from him. Oh Mary, Don't You Weep is my number one. Yeah, very good.
That is
very good. This is great.
Good.
Yeah, great one. So good ratings. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments. If you're playing home, where would you rate Pink Cadillac on a scale of 1 to 5 records? And for those on YouTube, please feel free to leave comments, because when I clip this, I'm sure you will. All right. So your very first my first song to you. Sorry, I just did your first song. Okay, so see, we both started off, by the way, and I did not see your songs before I sent you mine, but we both started off our play with some badass riffs. I'm just saying, badass riffs.
I have to agree. And what song are we talking about? For Chris's first song to me was Running Down a Dream by Tom Petty.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's something about this song that, for me, and I'm not always the biggest Tom Petty fan. I mean, we've done some other songs about him. Well, I've never sent, I don't think, Chris one, but he sent plenty of to me.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not a huge Tom Petty fan. Like, it's not that I dislike him. I just kind of forget about him. And people are going to go, how could you forget about him?
How could you forget about him?
When you just don't grow up in a household or in a certain generation or era, like, it's just not top of mind. But when I hear this song, there is something really, like, rhythmic about it, where when you listen to it, there is if Running Down a Dream had a sound, this is it. Like this, it feels very, very, very comfortable. And so I don't know many people who haven't heard this song before, but even the non-Tom Petty fans. But I like it. And I think we lost your audio.
Yep, there we go.
Oh, here we go.
Hitting the wrong button there. But yes, I love Tom Petty, and I will tell you, one of the biggest regrets of my life is never going to see him live. I cannot believe for as many times he came to New Jersey, I never saw Tom Petty live, and man, do I regret it, because I think Tom Petty is outstanding talent. We are just this weekend listening. I have Live at the Fillmore. It's like a 3-record set, 3 LP set. I think it's from like 1990 or 91 or not. It sounds great. The band's at peak, and it's just banger after banger, and playing even some of like great cover songs like country. It's just so good, and it makes me miss him so much. And I'm so bummed I never truly got to go see Tom Petty live. I really took for granted that I could go see him, and now he's gone, and boo-hoo. I can only listen to the music, which is great, but I would have liked to have seen Tom Petty live. I really would have. So that was a misstep on my side.
I'm sure you and many people feel that way. And to think about this, it kind of like hurt my heart a little bit, because the lyrics very much reflect like his relentless pursuit to his musical dreams. Like it's very clear in there. Yet he dies at 66.
Yeah.
From an accidental overdose, where it just makes you so sad, because here, like, he really achieved his dreams, and a lot of his life he could see his success. But think of how much more he could have contributed, and just to see such an icon grow old. Yep. And what that means for someone like him, like, I'm really bummed that he was only 66.
Yeah, it's sad, man. Way too young to go, and still probably had a ton of music left in him. But and this music video, by the way, I do want to go back, and I did rewatch this music video because I hadn't seen it in a while. It is really cool. It's all animated. If you guys don't remember this video, it's very cool. And also another little bit of trivia is that this song was also co-written by Jeff Lynne, who, as we know, ELO. Electric Light Orchestra. Jeff Lynne, always a big contributor, and of course Tom Petty and Jeff Lynne were in what I consider to be one of the best supergroups, the Traveling Wilburys, which Bob Dylan, Roy Orbison, George Harrison, Tom Petty, and Jeff Lynne. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I love the Traveling Wilburys. And so I always love, anytime you see Jeff Lynne contributing on any kind of thing, it's going to be great, because the guy's a great singer, great producer, by the way, too. So really, really cool.
And when I see Tom Petty, if we showed a baby, not like a baby, but you like baby, like our baby's age.
Yeah.
I feel like you show them pictures, no one would realize the era in which he produced music. I feel like he could have been 100% just welcomed in 2025 as a new artist.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can't even believe this song. Well, I'm looking at it. I'm like 1989. Like for real. Like it doesn't even sound like this song to me.
Almost 40 years old.
Sounds just as fresh. Like I feel like this is something like you could have heard like Jack White now, like even doing like, you know what I'm saying? Like the riff, everything sounds still very relevant to rock music that's being produced today, you know, from a sound and riff and all that. It's very, to me, it hasn't really aged at all. And I mean, that's my opinion, but obviously maybe some of our younger viewers, you know, listeners would be like, because I know you're out there. I see you guys listen. I see the data.
The analytics say that. But his even his, I feel like, could have just been time warped into 2025. No problem.
Now, this is definitely another Elvis. Talking about Elvis, we were talking about Elvis last time, in Pink Cadillac. But like, this is another Elvis sort of inspired tune where, you know, it says, and according to Song Facts, Petty was staring down a dream of being a rocker in 1961 when he met Elvis Presley. Petty, 11 years old at the time, came to Ocala, Florida, where Elvis was working on the film Follow That Dream. The title Tom took to heart. In a brief encounter, Petty saw how Elvis captivated onlookers and made the girls go crazy. Petty became fascinated with Elvis and set out to follow his path. And once again, I feel like just could have definitely been, you know, it could have been an Elvis version of this song.
Yeah, and I mean, for Tom to like recognize that, Elvis could captivate any lady. He was so charming. And hey, if you guys wanna, don't forget we've done some Elvis video.
Yeah.
Like reaction.
Elvis videos.
And the
top 10 Elvis tracks and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yes. And there are some heavy comments on those. So if you want a fun laugh, go look for our Elvis material.
Yeah, people asking for Amanda's receipts on those ones.
I love it.
Yeah, so all right, so let's, for those of you who don't know Running Down a Dream, especially some of our younger listeners, because as the data and analytics say, there are people under 20 that listen to this show. So we appreciate you. Thank you for listening. So here is a little bit of Running Down a Dream for everybody. For everybody. And what a riff here. What a riff. Once again, more like Peter Gunn style stuff.
It was a beautiful day. The sun beat down. I had the radio on. I was driving.
This is like a perfect driving song.
Yeah.
Trees went by. Me and Del were singing Little Runaway. I was flying, running down a dream that never would come to me. Working on a mystery, going wherever it leads. Running down a dream.
Oh, it's great.
I felt so good.
Such a great tune. Such a great tune. I don't even want to fade it out.
But
that's all right. We'll get called out for it anyway. So
for sure, listening to it and like just getting that little preview from Spotify of like the video.
Yeah,
it really, when you think about all of the lyrics, like how good it would have been in like a Scooby Doo.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Could have been. It's called Scooby Doo montage when they're like chased by like whatever ghoul, ghost, person in mask. Basically.
Yeah. Even the sound of it is so perfect. So, this is a really, where this is getting placed on my Spotify is my Working Through Life playlist. I feel like this is
life.
Yeah. I mean, and we all know if it's on there, it's earned a spot and it's special. So I do feel like this gives you that momentum to like go that extra mile, keep going, keep driving. You'll get there.
Yeah.
You'll get there. So I really, really like the song. Honestly, I kind of forgot about it, like I said earlier, but I'm glad you put it on this list and it made me think about it again and assess it where it is in my life at my age today. Okay. So I am giving this a 4.2, Chris Baglio.
4.2 records. Excellent.
4.2. Going off to a really good start. The Song Swap Showdown.
That's a great start. Yeah, Dave Mattingly coming and Running Down a Dream is a great song, but I burned down on it years ago. The song itself probably rates a 4.0, but I can only give it a 3.0 today. That's
fair.
Today. Yeah.
That is really fair. I understand that.
That is fair. Yeah, and Dave, by the way, guys, I can't get to all of them just because we got to keep the show moving. But Dave is like great trivia. Go to the comments, check it out. And I'll just do this one last one, as he said, "Dang, now I need to sign a position for Jack White to cover Running Down a Dream."
I mean, it's time. It like to your point, it's almost 40 years old. I mean, a little tribute to
That'd
this
be great.
would be good.
That would be awesome. I welcome it. I welcome it. This is a great song. So. Yeah. All right, Amanda, your second song to me, which I actually was expecting your entire playlist to be country.
It could have been, for sure.
I absolutely could have been, but you did a really good job, I thought, mixing it up with some different eras and styles. And so, but we are going to hit the country song in your 3-song playlist right now with some Dwight Yoakam, guitars, Cadillacs. And I did not know this song, which I don't think is a shock to anybody because, this was released in 86 originally. Yes. And I was 1,000% not listening to any country in 1986. I feel like I only really started listening to country about 5 years ago, to be honest.
Since we started doing this show.
Right when we started Song Swap Showdown.
Well, isn't that timeline interesting?
Yeah. No, not that I never did, but I could say I never really... I just used to always say I listen to everything but country, and it's like so stupid. I think back at like me, like how dumb of a statement that was back in the day of me saying that kind of stuff. It's like, who cares? Music's music. Like you either like it or you don't. Like it's so stupid, Chris. Stupid. Anyway.
We're all young and naive and say those things.
But this was I actually really enjoyed this song, and what I enjoyed more than anything was actually the I love the arrangement, I love the riff, the walking bass line in this song is like really infectious, like it's very cool, and it definitely gives the song that honky tonk. And I like the way Dwight Yoakam actually like leans into that too, like he's kind of doing the whole honky tonk kind of like, I don't know, it sounded to me like this song was like a ton of fun to record in the studio. Whether or not it's true, it sounded like these guys are having a blast making this song.
If they didn't, they should have.
Yeah, I mean, and the song did really well. It peaked number 4 in the United States and number 2 in Canada, and is released as a single in June 30th, 1986. It was the second single off his record, Guitars, Cadillacs, etc., etc. That was the name of the record.
The name of the record, because in country, I mean, how relevant?
Yeah.
Guitars, Cadillacs, etc., etc., etc.
And June of 2014, Rolling Stone magazine ranked Guitars, Cadillacs number 94 in their list of top 100 greatest country songs of all time. And in an updated list in 2024, it ranked it to number 137 on a list of top 200 songs.
And you know what's interesting about that is I was taking Marcus to the airport last week and we were listening to the radio and this song came on and I said, after all these years, it still gets tremendous airplay. And it caught my attention in that aspect. So when our show happened to be about cars this week, it just instantly went on my playlist because chart's point, which you just said, a recent one, I mean, it still has and holds space for the song.
No, it sounds great. I mean, I really dig the song. My aunt coming in with Here She Comes. You used to make fun of me when I listened to country music back then. Yes, you are correct. I did. I 1,000% did. And I apologize here in front of everybody for making fun of you for listening to country music. One more quick note about, and I did not realize this, but like this is cool, like movie trivia, is that this song is actually played in the bar scene during Terminator 2 Judgment Day when the T-800 walks into a biker bar looking for clothes to wear and a means of transportation. And then they also redid that scene again in Terminator Dark Fate as an homage to Terminator 2 in 2019. The song made another appearance in a very similar scene. So little movie trivia there for you. So all right. So for those of you who have never heard this tune before, let's take a listen to Guitars, Cadillacs by Dwight Yoakam.
Guitars and Cadillacs.
Great riff. Bassline.
Girl, you taught me how to hurt real bad and cry myself to sleep. Showed me how this town shattered dreams. Another lesson about a naive fool who came to Babylon. Found out that the hillbilly music, lonely, lonely streets that I call home. Yeah, my guitar's Cadillacs, hillbilly music, the only thing that keeps me hanging on.
So great. So great. I gotta tell you, I really dig this song. It's a lot of like
It's full country though.
I know, but I'm like, see, this is my evolution, Amanda. This is my evolution, and yeah, it is honky tonk. But like, I dig the sound, and like I said, it just sounds like they're having so much fun. And I'm not gonna go out and start line dancing. That's never going to happen. Well, I shouldn't say never.
Well, I feel like you could.
I shouldn't say never, although I have no rhythm of dancing at all.
But that's the beauty of line dancing. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like it's easy.
All right, you'll have to teach me.
Okay,
maybe we'll do it to this. This song's fast. Though. This song's fast.
I don't know if my little legs could move as fast as this is required.
But it's a cool, fun song. Everything sounds great. Riff is badass. That walking bass line, man, I tell you, it makes the song. That to me is the real hook of the tune.
Yeah.
And I think it just locks it just sells the song. I don't know if you could even do it without that. I mean, then like everything on it, the fiddle, the twang, like all that stuff is like added, but it all starts with that walking bass line. And I think, I like Dwight Yoakam like really leaning into like that, like, really going hillbilly kind of whatever
signature. I mean, he is so country, and I can remember this is what my dad would listen to as a kid. So I have such fond memories of Dwight Yoakam's music, like all of it. I don't know if he had the tape that he listened to, or it just got so much airplay, which probably was. I mean, this particular song was one of his best hits. So it would make sense if it just was on the radio. But man, it takes me back to the 80s, like in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, so I really enjoyed the song. I thought it was cool, and for being as honky tonk and twangy, which I feel like I've really cooled off on that opinion in a long time. Like because I listen to so much stuff now. Like I love like JD McPherson, and like not that Dwight Yoakam and JD sound anything like, but you can definitely hear where JD is definitely probably pulling from. I mean, these guys are all pulling from the same influences, especially the vintage stuff. But
of course.
But I like this one. I like it. It's new to me. I know not new to the rest of country music fandom. But I squarely put this one at a 3.6. I feel like this song was really enjoyable and very fun to listen to, and definitely out of like what my normal listening is.
I'm impressed.
I liked it. And I know people like Tony will call me out and go, "Oh, you're just being nice to Amanda." But no, listen, when I enjoy a tune, I enjoy a song.
Tony hasn't given you that much grief as of lately.
No, I'm surprised he's not on today, because usually he's on for the holidays. I know it's President's Day. But yeah, so Dave is giving 2.0 for Yoakam, even though the use of Terminator movies can't pull this one into the country bin for me. Sorry, Amanda.
That's okay.
It's not for him, but that's okay.
No, I fully understand.
I enjoyed it. I actually might play this next time I go to the bar. So,
ooh, the bar will love it.
I may have to start making a bar song playlist, I think, is my next playlist. I got to start, because I say that a lot. I think I got to start putting that playlist together.
Do you know the bar will go wild? They'll love it.
They'll go wild. They'll go nuts.
So happy.
They'll be. We play both kinds of music, country and Western.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that was my rating for that one. So Amanda, my next song to you.
Yes, is Highway Star by Deep Purple. It should come at no surprise. I've never heard this particular song.
Oh, see, I was so on the fence. Rachel was like, I think Amanda's heard this one. I go, I don't think Amanda's heard this one. So I was right. I was right in this instance. And, I thought, but we did think there was a good chance you might have, but I was like, I don't think she's heard it. She's going to say I haven't heard it before.
And if I have, I just didn't notice it, right? So like, it wasn't a noticeable song, but I don't know. I feel like I would have remembered this one.
This is a classic.
So one thing that I used ChatGPT to help me with this one, because I needed a little help. Yeah. Okay. And it said, and explain this to me. This is one of the earliest examples of speed metal.
Yeah.
What does that mean, Chris Baglio?
All right. So, basically, I mean, this is 1971 when this is released, I think. So, 1972.
Yep.
So, at this time, and these guys, Deep Purple and Black Sabbath are the grandfathers, the proto version of like what metal would eventually be. Like, it was bands like these bands that kind of like built like where heavy metal would eventually come from. And this song is fast for 1972.
Okay.
This
So-
is fast. Like,
So it's literally the speed of the play.
right. And so the speed metal
Okay.
is sort of like this is the beginning of that. Now they didn't invent it. It's a fast rocker, but it's that crunch and that dun, 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 which like all heavy metal bands would really build, like when you like early Judas Priest, early Iron Maiden, all those early British heavy metal bands would start to really take that speed and like even add some more crunch and distortion to it, make it a little bit more aggressive sounding, but Deep Purple, Richie Blackmore in particular, like who was the guitar, like insane genius, really started with that type of sound and speeding things up, making things crunchy. Deep Purple, great band, love them. And this record, Machine Head, should be a staple in every rock fan's collection. I mean, it can't not be. That's like not having the first Black Sabbath record in your record collection.
Which you should come at no surprise that I do not have that.
Yeah.
But so you agree with ChatGPT's little dissection there, that it is earliest examples.
Yeah,
okay?
like even Motorhead and even like early Metallica. Like Metallica, they are huge Deep Purple fan, huge. So when you listen to those first couple Metallica records, they're really, I mean, it sounds really heavy, but like you hear them in interviews all the time. All they do is talk about like early British metal and rock bands, and Lars are like all huge Deep Purple fans, big. And so they literally were like, we love Deep Purple, let's do it, our version, a little heavier, a little more aggressive, like, but that's
more cowbell.
You could draw the line. It's a pretty straight line from like those bands to like Deep Purple and especially Black Sabbath. And that's the thing too, is like Sabbath was like more like gloom and heavy dark.
Yeah. Sure.
Whereas like Deep Purple was more like in your face, crunchy, fast, loud.
And I didn't feel like heavy when I mean, maybe this isn't my exact cup of tea song. Like that shouldn't surprise anyone. Right. But I didn't feel like I walked away feeling like beat up like some songs do. Like this just felt like a song to me. So it was interesting. And I feel like I could understand the momentum of it, like the thrill of driving, the thrill of the adventure type thing. So I didn't hate it. I really didn't hate it.
No, this song is a classic. This is a classic driving song, classic song about cars. Like it's on everybody's top 10 list of like songs about cars. And also too, this was featured. I think it's Rock Band had this as the opening, and and they had the whole song. It is, if you had never played Rock Band before, this was one, I forget which version of it, but like this song, and they're all, it's a great, you can probably watch it on YouTube, the opening. It's awesome. They did a great job with it, and it's this whole song. And man, this song comes on and you're just like, yes. It's like the ultimate driving tune.
Well, when it came on for me, I was more like, huh.
Dave's saying, Amanda, you probably heard Deep Purple "Smoke on the Water," which is like the song everybody learns how to play on guitar.
I need to learn me a guitar.
Yeah. So I know the song is long. We're not going to listen to obviously the whole thing, which everybody will be like, "Oh, you guys don't listen to the whole thing. 6 minutes long. Just listen to the whole thing. You guys stop talking. Can you guys just play the music and not talk ever? Like, wouldn't that just be listening to like
just Spotify?
All right, whatever." Right.
We're not petty at all.
No. This is like a little bit like, this isn't the thing, but it's kind of like this little animation here. It's kind of like the opening. It's like rocks. I like it, kind
of. Like put your motor running.
Yes, exactly. Born to Run. Very much Born to Run. This is ultimate rock. I got a song Locked In. And
So-
Deep Purple's had so many bangers over the years like this, like just the fast banger, with the massive riff and this guitar solo. That Richie Blackmore guitar solo in here is unmatched. Definitely top 10 guitar solos of all time.
I'm going to say this, and it kind of derails the conversation, but it fits right with what I'm going to say. So
Okay.
Jennifer Hudson, we saw a commercial of like the Lion King and a bunch of the people who've played recent characters on like Broadway. They were getting together,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. And Jennifer Hudson was doing that. And I just think her voice is so magnificent, so powerful. And I told Owen, and I said, I would never want to sing like that. And he was like, why? And I said, because I feel like there's no way I would have the endurance, the energy, and I would have a migraine after putting in so much. And so when I see this type of energy for 6 minutes, I just have to appreciate the stamina they must have as artists to be able to perform a 6-minute song, like at a concert, nonetheless, and then continue to go. Like they would have to train for their concerts.
Ian Gillan, one of the greatest rock voices of all time. In fact, too, we were just talking about Black Sabbath. Ian Gillan was in Black Sabbath for a record, Born Again, one of the most underrated Black Sabbath records. And there's a song called Trashed.
He said what he said.
Yeah, there's a song Trashed that opens that record that is like very like Highway Star influence. It's another song about a car and driving fast. It's great. And it's it has Highway Star vibes to it, Black Sabbath style. But Ian Gillan, one of the greatest rock voices, like seriously, just unbelievable. The guy can hit like he used to be. Obviously he's a young man here, but man, what a voice.
That's what I'm saying. Like I just, and I've said many times at metal, like I'm like, I don't know how their throat doesn't hurt. Like the people who like the scream, the Cookie Monster, rock,
Oh yeah, Cookie Monster rock.
But where like I would just have to be like a folk singer, like chill, calm. But to have the energy and endurance, I just have to give them great honorable mention for that because I think it's so
there
impressive.
you go. Honorable mention on the endurance.
That's right. So Highway Star by Deep Purple. Where do I put it? So it isn't really my cup of tea yet.
Oh, we lost you there for a second there.
No.
We're losing your internet feed.
Am I here?
You're here, but you literally just broke up as you're about to give like your rating.
I'm so sorry. Okay.
It's still breaking up. You may have to leave and come back in.
Okay, I'm leaving.
Leave and come back in. So while Amanda adjusts her internet, and we figure that out. Oh, there you are. Are you there? Are you back?
I'm here.
Okay.
Hold on.
All right. I hear you. All right.
Okay, perfect. So before I break out again, I think it doesn't annoy me. It doesn't it does overstay its welcome a little bit, but yeah, it doesn't.
It's long, yeah.
I don't almost mind it. Like it doesn't hurt my ears. So I'm going to put it like a 3.5. And for those who might be offended by that, that is above average. And I think that's a fair rating for me.
Okay. For you and never having heard this song before, which I know everybody will go, there's no way. She's never not heard this song before. Don't be a phony or a fake.
Like
blah,
we're
blah, blah.
liars.
Yeah. But I think that's pretty good for you not having heard. I mean, listen, you and I are pretty alike because I never heard that Dwight Yoakam song, and I gave it a 3.6.
Yeah.
Dave is giving 3.5 for Deep Purple. It's good, but not something I could listen to a lot. Whereas, like, I feel like I could listen to this song forever. I don't know if it's eternity playlist, but it's like right there, like 4.8, 4.9 for me.
It speaks to you. And it could never be that high for me, but I think it may grow a little bit. It has a time and a place.
It has a time and a place. I agree. Okay. All right. So we're going to get into our third and final songs. Before that, I do want to acknowledge some of the folks that have left us comments already about their playlist. So I just do want to get to that quickly. So Mr. Ian from Australia, as he does, checks in each and every week. We love him. I know he can't watch the live show during the time because of Australia and time changes. But his picks for me this week are for Chris, 455 SD by Radio Birdman, HQ 454 Monroe by Cold Chisel, and 69 Monero by the Monarchs. I love it.
So these must be streets?
Cars.
Roads?
These are cars.
Oh.
Yeah, these are actually cars.
I'm like, streets?
I love this list. This is great. I am going to listen to all these songs because Ian's really given me a lot of great Australian pub rock and rock stuff that like I never really listened to. So these sound cool. I can't wait to get into these. All right, so for Amanda, he goes Tazzy Mary, Jojo by Jojo Zepp, You're a Revhead by Adam Brand, and Jump in My Car, the Ted Mulry Gang.
That all sounds amazing and fun.
And of course, he's got picks for Dave. For Dave, In Your Car by the Dugites, Hot Rod James by the Skyhooks, and Love in FJ by Daddy Cool.
Like it.
All right, so Dave Mattingly's picks for me, Pearl Harbor with Driven. The Breeders, good one. Driving by 9, originally by my favorite band, Ed Redeeming Qualities, which Dave has introduced us to.
Yes.
And Stan Ridgway, she just drives, she said. Good one.
I like it.
All right.
I like that title.
I like this. These are good ones. For Dave's picks for Amanda, Amy Rigby and Todd Snyder, Till the Wheels Fall Off. Gino Vanelli, Black Cars and Wooden Tops. Stop This Car.
Got it. I'm going to give these all a listen.
And then his picks for Ian.
I love it.
Geggy Ta, Whoever You Are, My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult, Sex on Wheels, Voice of the Beehive, There's a Barbarian in the Backseat of My Car.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. And then, of course, he's got some goofball songs here, Redeeming Qualities, New Distributor Cap, Da Youpers, Rusty Chevrolet, and They Might Be Giants, which I almost put on my list just because it was funny, Boat of a Car, because it's just a funny one. It's a good one. But yeah, so those are your picks. Guys, listen, if you have any of your picks, let us know now, or once again, leave them in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. We love hearing new songs, especially if it's stuff we haven't heard before, so we'd love to hear your picks. All right, Amanda.
Yes.
Your final song to me is a classic.
A fun song.
Is a classic, and it is a fun song, as the title is, which is Fun, Fun, Fun by the Beach Boys. That's right. Off of the album Shutdown, Volume 2, originally released in 1964. And I got to tell you, you know what? I often get a lot of times the Beach Boys, because the Beach Boys are literally like, we're writing songs about girls.
Yes.
Going to the beach, having fun, or riding in cars.
And
this is a combo of the two things, basically.
Yes. That's what they were known for. Kind of like Jimmy Buffett has a very niche.
Right.
The Beach Boys had a very certain niche.
They had their thing, and they did it great. And so this song is about girls and cars, and a rebellious daughter borrows her dad's Ford Thunderbird, claiming she's going to the library to study.
Based off of a true story.
Yeah. Instead, she uses it to show up other drivers. Her dad eventually finds out and takes his T-Bird back, but she retaliates by running off with someone who fell in love with her after watching her drive. That's like you doing. That's like you doing one-arm push-ups.
One-arm push-ups.
It's your version of the one-arm push-ups.
Men are so gullible.
So gullible.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, so apparently there's always been rumors about the identity of the girl in the song, but Mike Love said, as far as I knew, there was no particular person. That was the inspiration. It was more generic because what kid, when they get their driver's license, doesn't want to borrow the family car and go out cruising through the hamburger stand, or they say they need to go to the library. But who knows? Sometimes other thoughts become more attractive. And so, yeah, there's been a lot of other stories, though, about who the woman is. But Mike Love is saying, no, it's just generic. So now what's funny is that this one, when this song was released, it peaked at number 4. Or, sorry, it peaked at number 5. And this was in March 21st, 1964, the top 4 songs on the charts at this time.
How fun. It's hard to believe that the Beach Boys were active in the 60s because they were such a large part of my childhood. For some reason, I put them in the 80s more, you know?
Yeah, well, because Kokomo and a lot of that stuff. And they used to play a lot in the 80s. But here was the top 4 songs in front of them at the time.
Ooh.
Number 1, She Loves You by the Beatles. I Want to Hold Your Hand by the Beatles. Number 2. Number 3, Please Please Me, the Beatles.
Are you kidding?
Nope. And number 4 at the time, Dawn, Go Away by the Four Seasons. That's why the song peaked at number 5. The song was released when the band was on tour in Australia. When they returned to the States, Beatlemania had come to town, sucking the air out of Fun, Fun, Fun and every other competing single. The Beach Boys are now regarded as a classic, but at the time was almost eclipsed by the Mop Tops.
You know what? We say it all the time. Time means everything. And man, to even have a place on the charts with Beatles, I mean, I gotta say that's remarkable.
Which is, and then all the stories go back and forth with the friendly competition between the two of them, trying to see who could chart, write the better records. But like both bands actually pushed each other to write even better music.
Absolutely.
They really did. They talk about all the time, very candid about how the two of them really pushed each other. And I don't think without that little bit of rivalry, we would have even gotten we would have gotten songs, but the little rivalry, I think, really helped us get like
we were gifted.
Yeah, we were gifted. So it's a cool song. I mean, it's a classic. What else are you gonna say? It's the Beach Boys. I mean, I know a lot of people aren't Beach Boys fans and aren't really down, but I don't know. You hear this song and boom, you're into it. And great. Once again, 2 minute and 16 second. They knew how to write songs back then, man. These songs come and they go, and they're out.
Yes.
They're out. All right, here's a little fun. By the way, Roll Over Beethoven rip. They totally admit to ripping that off. Hopefully they gave Chuck Berry some credit and some money for this. They totally ripped it off.
Well, she got her daddy's car and she cruised through the hamburger stand now.
Cruise through the hamburger stand.
See, she forgot all about the library like she told her old man.
Actually, I love the lyrics so much.
And with the radio blast and goes cruising just as fast as she can now. And she'll have fun till her daddy takes the TV away.
And the harmony is so good.
Well, where is it standard cause she walks, looks surprised like an ace. You walk like an ace now, you walk like an ace. She makes the Indy 500 look like a Roman chariot race. Like an ace now, you look like an ace. A lot of guys trying to catch her, but she leads them on a wild goose chase. Like an ace now, you got like an ace. She'll have fun till her daddy takes the TV away. Fun till her daddy takes the TV away.
Oh, great. I love the Farfisa. That's great. Ah, such a good one. Yeah, fun. And by the way, for all you fans of the Barbie movie, there was a sped up version that was in this in the Barbie film.
I still haven't seen it, but that's okay.
Well, yeah, so it was a sped up version in that. So, but yeah, so that is the Beach Boys. Fun. Definitely a classic. I mean, how could you not feel good about it? I mean, you know, some people are like, "Oh, the Beach Boys," but I gotta tell you, man, those songs are still fun, and especially later Beach Boys when they start moving away from that like fun in the sun, and you know, and they start getting like they more mature, like you know, Pet Sounds kind of stuff, and then so on and so forth. But good song. I mean, I would not skip it. I'm not turning it. This is one of those Beach Boys songs. I think with the Beach Boys, I don't always choose to put them on. Well, especially the earlier stuff. But when it comes on, I'm always like, oh, this is. I like this. Like I'm not turning it off. I'm not skipping it.
To your point, when it's only a 2-minute song.
Yeah.
What's the point? You know what I mean? It's good. It's just it's a ditty.
Yeah, it's a jukebox ditty is what it is. It's a good one. Ditty. And I am not turning it off. I don't always know if I'm going to choose to put it on, but I'm not turning it off. Fair. So, but I think it's a classic tune. I'm going to put it at a 3.4.
Okay, not terrible.
No, I mean it's not it's a good song. It's just, you know, it's not a 4 or 5 for me in that sense, but like because I don't know if I would choose once again to just put it on, but if it comes on, certainly not turning it off. All right. Dave is saying 2.5.
That's Beach Boys aren't really my thing.
Yeah, that's a little low. That's below average.
I feel that's okay. No different than some things just aren't our cup of tea.
They just aren't sometimes.
Like Jimmy Buffett isn't your cup of tea, and this is the same kind of concept.
Yeah, Jimmy Buffett.
You're fine with it, but like
I don't really choose to put it on.
yeah. One Jimmy Buffett song's like another sometimes, so I can appreciate the same with the Beach Boys.
Yeah, I mean, especially early Beach Boys. I find myself gravitating more to later Beach Boys because I think I like the complexity of the songs a little bit more.
I like it.
But it's a fun song. I got nothing against it. Just it's a 3.4.
I appreciate that. I receive it. All right. Moving on for time purposes, we're going to go to your third song and
final song.
Slick Black Cadillac by Quiet Riot. They ain't quiet though, you know, but anyway.
Slick Black Cadillac.
Coming out of 1978.
Yeah.
You know, so this song is kind of like, what about like the rock style lifestyle and, you know, the pace with that? Like, let me ask you, could you realistically, and I know you were in a band, you've had fun, you've lived a gazillion different lives, I feel like. Could you have long-term been like a band person? Like first, yes. You would have thrived and you would have lived that lifestyle.
I would have. I don't know if I would have done a hard like lifestyle. I mean, I think I would have gotten myself swept up into it for a little bit, but I don't think long term I could have, lived and partied like that, you know. But
you could have did it.
I could have did it. I would have loved to have done it, being a band, a successful band, play on tour, oh my God, it would have been so cool and so much fun.
Okay.
That's why I respect bands who are still doing it. I mean, I get it. It's really turned into a corporation, and so they do it, but you got to love it. And it's a great, I don't know. I wish I was always that talented enough to stay like in it long enough, but my path took me other places. But man, yeah, I would have loved to have done it for like a long-term career for sure.
Like in my heart of hearts, like fame would be fun for me.
Yeah, I don't even know so much if it's about the fame part. I just to do it, like just to be out there and like be in a band that was successful enough to go out and go play, that people would come see you, like would be awesome.
And I think that'd be great. I just don't think I'm built that way. I don't think I could. I don't think I can.
I think the rock and roll life would not be a fit.
Would disagree with me.
Yeah, I think it would disagree with you.
That's where I think more folk, where I could like maybe sing during like at 10 o'clock in the morning in like a coffee house.
Right, your coffee house like tour. Like the one like the what's the place by you, the Rusty Cup or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. I could, because there's no way I could have lived the rock style lifestyle.
Right.
Okay.
But I love this song. This is one of my favorite Quiet Riot songs. This is actually too, what they did is this song was originally released on Quiet Riot 2, which was only released in Japan. And then when the band really broke and they did Quiet Riot and Mental Health, they re-recorded it as a tribute to, of course, who we've talked about in the show, Mr. Randy Rhoads, who was originally in Quiet Riot. He started the band with Kevin DeBrow, and of course he went on to join Ozzy's band, and that whole story, the Blizzard of Oz, Dire Madman, and unfortunately dying in a plane crash. But they put this song on this record because they broke finally, and they did this song as a tribute to Randy Rhoads, which he recorded. This was a song he wrote while he was in Quiet Riot. So, and I think it's a great song. It's rock and roll lifestyle. It's a cruising tune. Is it the greatest rock car song of all time? Probably not, but it is a good one. And I like when it comes on because I think it gets overshadowed a lot by like Come On, Feel the Noise and Mental Health, which are all great songs. But Slick Black Cadillac to me is like the original like LA sound of like Quiet Riot. Like that's the Quiet Riot that like I think even got them signed, like that's the sound to me.
Gotcha. And Dave, before we even play in a note, he knows it well because he's given it a 4.0 for Quiet Riot, one of the first cassettes ever bought. So he is very familiar with this song. How fun.
It's a great song.
I know we're going to play a little bit, but obviously this isn't necessarily my favorite sound.
I didn't think it would be, but I thought it was worth discussing.
I agree. I love being exposed to new music. I had not heard it before, so I appreciate that, and I didn't turn it off, and I listened it to the end like I was supposed to, even though some of our listeners don't think we do.
No, you don't. We don't listen to any of the song. We listen to 60 seconds and then judge it based on that.
That's
Which,
right.
by the way, most record execs will do the same thing, but that's
100%. Yes.
Yeah. But we do listen to those multiple times. By the way. Yeah. We have the receipts, guys.
All right, let's play a little bit of Slick Black Cadillac by Quiet Riot.
That's right, Quiet Riot.
And this was a good one to end our playlist for them.
Love that dangle.
I don't need no driver's license. I'm too reckless to survive. It's like a carburetor, instigator. Feels alright. Yes, it feels alright. Driving in a slick black Cadillac.
That's a bad one.
It makes it feel like a king. I only need one thing, and that's the slick black Cadillac. Ooh, get it up!
Oh, so good.
Slow down! No, I'm not a fully equipped rock and roll machine.
So good. Oh, I don't even want to turn it down. It's a great song, man. It's just fun. It's just a fun rock song. And like, we've done Steel Panther on the show before. Yeah. So when you go Steel Panther, where did it get? Like, obviously all the 80s hair metal, but like even songs like this, like all the little breaks and the gang vocals at like all these different parts, and like that's Steel Panther. Like that formula is they've done it. They've perfected the comedy version of this. But it's a fun song, man.
It's fun. It's got a lot of energy. Again, I wouldn't put this on.
You wouldn't choose to put it on.
No, and I'm not gonna. I don't know that I would skip it. I think it depends on what kind of mood I'm in. You know what I mean? If my brain needs a break, like this isn't the song that I want to listen to. But I guess if you want to get behind a car and get your motor going, and you need to drive an hour longer, this is a good pump you up song, I'm sure. But I'm not gonna give it 3 records, like straight, even 3 records.
That means it's just basically it's average for you.
It's average. It's Let's go back to season 1 or 2. I probably would have given it like a 2.2, 2.5.
You probably would have.
So I feel like a 3 record is not bad for me. So that brings the total to, I have 11 records this week. And Chris, you are slightly below with a 10.7. So a very small lead.
Very small.
Very small lead on my end. So I'm the champion of cars.
You are the Song Swap Showdown champion about songs about cars. By 0.3.
Such a sliver.
Yeah, but hey, you have won Song Swap Showdown this week. How did you guys fare on Song Swap Showdown? Did you score better than we did? Let us know. We'd love to hear from you. Of course, we love when you guys play along and let us know what you think of these songs as we go. Also, I'm sure you'll let us know what you think of us as well as you normally do, and our lack of listening to music. Whatever. But no, once again, we are so happy you guys can hang out with us today on another episode of Song Swap Showdown. We, of course, will be back next week for another live show right here on Radio Garden State. Also on YouTube here where we stream also every Monday, and Facebook. 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can always listen to us too. All the shows, anywhere you get podcasts, anytime, on demand, and of course, also right here on YouTube. We have all the videos here, highlight reels, all that. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell so that way you get notified when we drop new videos, and also like these videos too, because all that stuff does help our channel grow, as well as leaving nasty or friendly comments, whichever. The algorithm doesn't care. Whatever you want to leave, it's fine. Amanda, any final words before we wrap it up this week?
No, not at all. It just was fun.
This was a fun episode. I love this. It was nice to, I can't believe in 5 seasons, this is the first time we've ever done a whole car episode. So let us know what you guys thought about it. If not, if you like this, we'll do another one. We'll tell by the stats and all that stuff about songs about cars. But I'm sure, as Dave said, we could probably do an entire season's worth of songs about cars and vehicles and all that.
For sure.
Crazy.
It was fun.
Yep, and for those of you listening to Radio Guard State, make sure you keep it tuned here all day. Lots of great music directly following us. Monday with the Misfits. That's right. All right, guys. We will see you next week. Make sure you follow us on social at Song Swap Showdown, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram when we spin the wheel to find out what next week's show theme will be. Everybody have a great rest of the week, and we'll see you soon.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.